I am Julia. This is the fucking yoga channel. No, not that kind of yoga. This is a Vinyasa flow on Saturday. Sorry, I thought my pants were coming undone. Then it would have been a risque moment. This is a stronger energy practice with a focus on, I have a Vini yoga background, so my focus is as always is on joint health and spinal health. Please be as comfortable as you can. Follow it. There's going to be places for you to rest, so that be mindful. Listen to yourself. Let's see. It is so smoky out, so I hope that you are got a place indoors. You're gonna hear me. I'm getting over the COVID, so I'm feeling this in my chest. Kudos and great thanks to the firefighters and people who are first responding to Colorado. I'm in Colorado and it's on fire right now. Coffee, which is part of my lifeblood. Pretty much run on coffee and booze. I think, it works for me. I'm also in the middle of selling or getting ready, the house ready to sell. But look, if you've been here before, you'll see I have painted now. It's painted up to the camera angle, so that's good. We are going to start in comfortable seated position, taking a moment. Oh, goodness gracious. Take a scan of the body. We want to check in with the state and quality of the physical form. We want to notice, where are you already experiencing some sort of response from the body? What have you done this week? How is that playing out on your physical form? I've been painting house, which is exhausting and actually quite taxing on your body. Climbing up and down ladders, I do not recommend it. If you're a painter or a carpenter or anybody who has to climb up and down on ladders, bless you. Let's move that attention and awareness into the state and quality of our thinking. We're going to check in. What is hanging on, if anything? Maybe you're not quite awake yet and your to-do list isn't humming along. That's perfectly okay. If you're already hit the ground running and things are just continuing to yeah. Let's slide those things off to the side. We're going to create a nice, clear, open field of thought for the practice. We want to spend our time only on the mat. Let's move that silence into the awareness of the breath. And we're just going to notice. So traditionally in yoga, we breathe into and out of the nose. Listen, we're all struggling right now, I think, between allergies and the smoke. Just find a comfortable space to breathe in. We're just going to notice that intuitive rhythm of breath. And now we're going to invite that breath to get a little bit longer and a little bit deeper. We would like to match the length of inhale to the length of exhale and create a rhythm that we're going to try and maintain throughout the practice today. And wherever you are in the length and balance of that breath, let's exhale all the air out of the lungs. We're going to start our next inhale with a sweep of the arms. So let's connect that movement of the body to the length and balance of the breath. We're going to come on up through that stretch and take a lateral extension. So let's drop those right arms down. Little lift of the rib cage. Keep this space between the ear and the shoulder. And take that stretch through the ribs, through the lats. Nice big inhale up. Let's switch sides. And we're just going to work through this extension. Nice big reach up. I apologize for that. I think that's the tanker, the fire tanker coming on down. Let's take our forward fold. I'm going to grab my block. Woo, flying right over the house. They've done that a couple times, grabbing retardant to spread on that fire at Cameron's Peak. Wiggle the toes, unclench the fingers, unclench the teeth. With our next inhale, let's lengthen the arms. We're going to walk our hands back toward the body, taking a nice big sweep up toward the ceiling. Let's release those palms open, little shrug of the shoulders. Soften the elbows, reach back and behind ourselves. We're going to release fingertips down towards the mat. Let's rest those hands facing back, bowing the chin forward. Let's just take some semicircles. So we're just going to tilt an ear over, release on through. We're working dynamically with these today rather than holding for the stay. Just sweeping through that forward semicircle. Let's take one more of those just because it feels so good in both directions. Let's release our chin forward. We're going to trace the fingertips around the front of the body and stack cervical spine. If you happen to be sitting cross-legged, let's change the cross the legs, taking a little rock side to side. We're going to start with that inhale again. So let's take our arm sweep up. I got to get some coffee. Nice big sweep on up. Let's drop back into our cactus arm squeeze. So we're going to drop the shoulders away from the ears, squeeze the elbows back and down, and then let's tilt into our C curve. So tuck into the lean as we reach forward and bow the chin, creating this stretch through the lumbar. Nice big inhale up, sweep it on back, and reach into that C curve stretch. So we're just moving through the length and balance of your breath. We're going to do this one more time. Coming on up, let's take our next forward fold. So we'll trace fingertips down, tucking through the chin, releasing the weight to the elbows. So that could be on your knees, your calves, the block, or the floor. Wiggle the toes, unclench the teeth, bow the chin against the chest at the bottom of that fold. With our next inhale, let's lengthen arms, walking hands back, taking our sweep up toward the ceiling. We're going to take these arms back and tuck our hands a little closer together at the glutes. So I'm just touching my thumb and my forefinger together behind me, palms back. Drop those shoulders, take a little shrug, get them relaxed. Bow the chin, and let's take our semicircles. So we're moving with the semicircle. Sometimes we hold in the stay. Today we're just going to move through. Let's take one more. Releasing chin forward, let's trace the fingertips around the front of the body and stack cervical spine. We are going to move to hands and knees. I'm going to pad my knees with a blanket. Sorry, this smoke is really bothering me today. I'm going to take this block out to the end of the mat, and I'm going to move to hands and knees. I like to pad my knees with a blanket. I'm going to stack my knees side by side. No, I lied. I'm going to rest my hands side by side. Resting my knees to either side of my hands. I'm going to keep my hips stacked 90 degrees over my knees. I'm moving my hands out a little bit from underneath my shoulders. So I'm not going to be stacked 90 degrees. I want to take that pressure off of my wrists. I want to engage my core, shrug my shoulders down away from my ears, and keep a soft bend in the elbows. Let's work through a Chakravarkasana bow. So we're inhaling into flat back. And then we're going to release chin, place forearms to the mat, release the hips back, and take a bow. Let's wiggle fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Inhaling, let's just take that nice long stretch, staying soft in the elbows, pulling those shoulders down away from the ears. We're going to do that one more time. We're coming up and we're going to take our oxen lean. I also call this what the fuck, WTF. Looking over my shoulder at the person behind me who's tailgating, wondering what the heck. Lean into the other side. We're just going to take 2 more repetitions in both directions. Staying soft in those elbows. Coming through, let's take an angry cat lean or angry cat arch. Tuck in the tailbone, tuck in the chin. We're going to stay round like a ball. We're coming back to this bow, and then we're going to stand on the knees. So let's reach up through our Vajrasana position. Nice big reach. Take a little cactus sweep back. We're going to inhale and exhale for our fold. So it's a reverse crunch down. Engage the core over top of that waistband. Walk those hands out and take the bow. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Make some fists. We're going to come forward through hands and knees and take that WTF lean. And switch sides. Soft in the elbows, shrug those shoulders down away from the ears. Coming through center, angry cat tuck. Stay round like a ball as we take the bow. We're leaning those hips back. Now scoop the belly, unwind in that reverse crunch, and reach up for our Vajrasana. Take those elbows back. Reach on up. Now engage the core. We're using the lever of this body to increase that energy to take our bow. Let's just come forward to forearms. So just rock into the forearms, lift away from the mat, from the center of the chest out, and take that right leg straight back. Give it a lift. Bring it down. I want you to engage the core. Try to keep the hips as square as possible. but stay up out of that hip lean into the left. My weight's on my forearms rather than digging into the elbows. And I'm hollowing up from the center of my body. Let's release into child's pose. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Inhaling up. Let's take our lean. So really important as we work through that Firebird, because that's where we're going today, is to hollow up from the belly to the chest rather than pressing into the arms or digging the shoulders down into the mat. Let's release for this bow. Scoop the belly. Give me reverse crunch up for our Vajrasana. Squeeze those elbows back. Coming on up and taking it over. We're going to rock into the forearms. Really hollow up from the center of the body rather than digging down into the elbows. Lift the left leg. Bring it in. Just keep the gaze at the mat. Lift. And release. Engage the core. Lift. And release. Let's take our child's pose. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Inhaling forward. One more time. Whoa, what the heck? And release. Actually, we're going to be coming back here, back and forth. Take an angry cat tuck. Stay round like a ball. Move through that stretch in the lumbar. For our bow, come forward to the forearms. Let's lengthen the right leg up. Bring it down. I lied. Are we doing the left leg? I don't know. We'll stick with this side. Lengthen the right leg up. I lost control of where I was at. And we haven't even started. All right, let's lengthen that right leg. Engage the core, hollow from the belly up, press to the hands. Take that toe back across the body. Look over the opposite shoulder. I'm soft to my elbows. I'm shrugged out of my shoulders. Lengthen it up. Bring it back. Let's release into child's pose. Wiggle fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Inhaling. Let's take our lean. And switch. Soften the elbows. Coming on through, angry cat tuck. Stay round like a ball as we tilt back into the bow. Let's come up through our Vajrasana stretch. Nice big reach. Squeeze back. Coming on up and fold over. Come forward through the forearms, left leg, lift. Draw in. Two more. Left leg lift. And draw in. Left leg lift, engage the core, exaggerate that crunch to help float the body up. Look over the opposite shoulder, take that toe back across the body. Lengthen it up, ooh, and bring it down. Release for child's pose. Little rock side to side. Oh, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Make some fists. Let's come forward and tuck the toes. We're going to take no, I lied. We're going to take our lean, putting it out into the hip. Oh, yeah. And switch. Couldn't remember where I was. Now I'm jumping ahead. Out of control today. How is that any different from any other yoga day? Tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Let's take that rock back to the bow. Scoop the belly, unwind it. Come on up for that Vajrasana. Squeeze back with the elbows. Inhale up, engage the core, we're rolling down. Come into forearms. Lengthen leg up. Bring it in. Lengthen that leg up, hollow out the belly, lift for our Firebird. Bring the knee in. We're going to tuck the toes and we're pressing up for our runner stretch. So let's come to the feet, step the balls of the feet forward. We want to center our weight there. I'm behind my wrists, soften the elbows, push down into a heel. And switch. Let's do a couple more. And switch. All right, let's take the knees down. Let's release for child's pose. Wiggle fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Coming on forward, let's take our lean, push out into a hip. And engage. Coming through center, angry cat tuck. Rock all the way back into the heels. Let's come up for our Vajrasana. Engage the core, reverse crunch up. Woo! We're just warming things up, getting a little warmer as we go. Coming on down. All right, really big engagement. Forward 2 forearms. Lift up away from the mat. Left leg, lift. Bring it down. Lift it up, engage the core, and exaggerate that lift. Take the toe back across the body. Lengthen it up. Let's bring the knees in. We're going to tuck up into our downward facing dog. Runner stretch. Step into the center of the balls of the feet. Press down into a heel. Been climbing up and down ladders for the last week. Painting the house so hard. So tiring on the feet and the calves. One more time in both directions. Coming on down, releasing for child's pose. Roll those wrists, wiggle the fingers, make some fists, spread out the hands. Coming on forward, let's take an oxen lean. Took a sip of coffee. And the other side. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, soften the elbows, lean back, lean back, lean back. Let's rock into that fold. Scoop up for our Vajrasana. Coming on up and fold. Let's come into those forearms. Right leg. We're just going to lift and hold. Hollow up the belly. Press up to the hands. All right, we're going to tuck that left toe. Here we go. It's my favorite lift. You know it is. Oh. Soften the elbows. I'm up out of this hip. Soften that back knee. Bring the feet down. Let's center the balls of the feet and take our calf stretch. Bringing those knees down, releasing for child's pose. Wiggle fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. All right, let's come forward. Oxen lean. My hands are so tired from painting. Angry cat tuck. All the way back. Engage the core. Let's come on up. Cactus arm. Bring it on up. Engage. Oh, yeah. Coming through forearms. Left leg. Lift. Engage and lift. All right, here we go. We're going to tuck this toe and press up. Bring that foot down. Let's step into the centers of the balls of the feet. Soften the elbows, soften the knees, lengthen away from the heels of the hands, just through the spine. Shoulders are engaged down away from the ears. Bring those knees out, touch the toes. Come on into child's pose. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Woo, I'm starting to sweat. Inhaling forward. Creating some heat right off the bat here. Someone else better be feeling the heat. I could be having a hot flash. Angry cat arch. I had to adjust this COVID. I had the COVID. Release, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. And apparently it killed my thyroid. Let's come on up for our Vajrasana. Yeah. So that's fun. Added extra bonus. So I'm on lavoxathirone, whatever it's on. Thyroid medication, and it's causing hot flashes. Come on forward. Forearms. Right leg, lift. All right, let's engage the core deeply. Come on up. Tuck the left foot. Oh, and press. All right, I'm going to step my foot down, and then I'm going to step my foot forward because we're going to go into a crescent lunge. This is a different approach than we normally do. So if you want to make that adjustment to the feet, feel free, get stable. I've got lateral space side to side. I'm just going to trace myself up. Woo! Don't do that. And give me cactus arms. Lift and spread those front toes. I'm soft in this back knee. Ooh, that was a challenge. We get used to moving into and out of poses. Let's come on down. We're going to step back and take our child's pose. We get so used to stepping back or stepping forward, woo, that when we mix that up, it's a challenge. Coming on up to hands and knees. Take our WTF lean. Hand switch. Angry cat tuck. Let's lean all the way back. We're going up for our Vajrasana engagement. Right to the knees. Cactus arms. Coming on up to come down. Engage. I guess I'm breathing a little heavy today. That's all right. Let's come on forward. Left leg lift. Exaggerate the core lift. Come up through the hands. Soften the elbows. Shrug the shoulders down. Tuck this back foot. Okay, exaggerate that curl again. We're lifting from the center of the body. Up. Soften the elbows. Shrug the shoulders. Okay, bring the toe down to the mat. Step it forward. Now adjust for your crescent lunge, side to side and front to back. Come on up in control. Woo, that was much better. Cactus arms. Soften that back knee. Forward out of the low back. Ooh, square up those hips. Feeling a little hitch in my giddy up. Let's come on down and step back. Take it into child's pose. Woo! Wiggle fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Notice we're not doing any chaturanga or plank. I gotta grab a little quick drink. Because all of this Firebird stuff, let's come on up. We're doing a lot of upper body work. All right, lean out to a hip. We don't need to add any extra. And switch. Come through center. Angry cat tuck. Rock all the way back for our bow. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Oh, let's come on up for our Vajrasana reach. Cactus arms. Engage all the way down for that fold. Coming through to the forearms, left, no, right leg. I had to think about that. All right, try to stay out of this hip lean. Keep the body square, engage. Let's press up. Keep out of that hip. Tuck the toe, and lift. We're gonna step forward. I gotta worm my foot a little further forward. I can't make that big step into this long stance. Okay, we're gonna press up out of that front leg. So I'm squished in both knees. Let's bring the hands back and tuck them right around the waist. Relax the shoulders, relax the elbows. Now press the chest forward slightly. Okay, we're gonna slowly unwind. We're gonna press into the fold to step back for our child's pose. Widen the knees, touch the toes. Little rock side to side. Release them. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Let's come up through hands and knees. I gotta rebalance. Take my lean. And switch. Angry cat tuck. Rock back into the fold. Oh, let's come up for our Vajrasana. Reach. Cactus arms. Reach on up, engage, let's fold. Coming through to the forearms. Left leg. Reach it up. Engage the core. Really exaggerate that engagement. Come on up to the hands. Let's exaggerate it again. Tuck the toe. And press up. Woo. That's a challenge. We're going to drop down and step forward. All right, I got to adjust my feet side to side. I'm coming up for my what is this? Crescent lunge. All right, I have to move my back foot in a little bit. I'm just feeling myself slide. That's why I don't like to do yoga on the rug. Soft in the knees. I might actually have to pull up this rug for my own safety. Relax the shoulders, relax the elbows, press the chest forward. I'm soft in both knees. All right, I'm gonna unwind. I'm gonna plant to step back for my child's pose. Reach it down and take that sway, side to side. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Coming on up through hands and knees. Let's take our lean. Woo-hoo. And switch. I'm telling you, we switch the directions of something that we normally do. Angry cat, and it's just messing my brain up. It's good work for our brains, though. Let's take it back. The older we get, the more we need to concentrate on creating new synapses because we're losing the other ones. Engage. Sweep through this fold. Coming into the forearms. Right leg, lift. Hollow the belly out. Come up to the hands. Stay up at that hip. Tuck the toe. And press up. Soft in the elbows. Shrug those shoulders down. All right, I'm going to come forward for my step. Adjust those feet for this crescent lunge. Come on up. Stay out of that low back. Stay forward. Okay, we're going to lengthen the front leg, squish in both legs, wrap those arms around the waist. Relax the shoulders, press the chest forward. That soft bend in my front leg, soft bend in my back leg. All right, I'm gonna come forward for my standing balance. So press down, I gotta bring my front foot back a little. so that I can shift my weight into this lift. Woo! Stepping back, planting the hands. We're going to child's pose. Step it back, take the bow. Whew. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Coming on up, hang. Whew. Oh man, I do not mind saying I am struggling today. Take the hip over and switch. Coming on up to angry cat. Take that lean back. Let's engage the core and come on up to our Vajrasana stretch. Cactus arms, squeeze it back. All right, let's engage, reverse crunch it down or crunch it down. I don't know, is that a reverse crunch? Whew. Coming into forearms. Left leg. Exaggerate the core lift. Come on up. Shrug those shoulders down, tuck the toe. Exaggerate the core lift. Press up. Okay, we're shifting forward. Adjust your feet, please. Be safe and be secure on the mat. Lengthen that front leg. Wrap those hands back. Relax the shoulders. Okay, I'm long in both legs, but I've got squish. I'm going to forward with my chest. All right, let's unwind it. I'm going to come on down. I got to move my front foot back a little bit so that I can shift my weight forward for the standing balance. Single leg balance. Let's reach it up. Coming on back. Step that back foot in. Let's adjust to the center of the balls of the feet. Soften the elbows, soften the shoulders, soften the knees. Engage the core and stretch away from the heels of the hands. Keep up out of the shoulder girdles. Coming on down to the knees and releasing into the bow. Oh, wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, make some fists. Let's come forward and walk our knees up toward the front of the mat. I don't know about you, that either went tremendously fast because, I don't know, it just went really fast. It felt good, it was a challenge, but man, blinkety blink of an eye. All right, I'm gonna grab some coffee. We're gonna head to our backs. Woo! You know why it seemed a little short? I think because sometimes when we do chaturanga into our modified up dog, that's a lot of work and that just kind of drags on the practice. Maybe I'm just, throwing things out, trying to catch my breath. Let's rock on back, guys. Yeah, and take a squeeze. Shaking things up today, I feel like, maybe, yeah? Little rock side to side. We're going to take our hands to the insides of the knees and let them hang. Wow, adductors are feeling it. A lot of core work today, a lot of steady state upper body. So when we work chaturanga, we go plank to chaturanga, which is four-limbed staff pose, four-limbed pose, whatever, into our up dog. That's all dynamic, right? We're kind of working through the upper body muscles. Today, we just did a lot of static work, right? We're just hanging. It's a little different muscular energy. Let's take two hands around the right knee, lengthen that left leg, draw that right knee up, give it a power squeeze. Left hand over right knee, just draw the leg across. It's not a big twist. We're just gonna stretch through the hip and the piriformis. All right, let's switch. Bring that left knee up, double hand it. Lengthen the right leg. Oh. And take the right hand across. I'm just taking that stretch across the body. Not a big twist here. Bring it on up. Give it a squeeze. Oh. All right, left foot's going to take the mat. Right foot's going to cross over left knee. Kind of all wrinkled up on this mat, these shorts. Left hand sliding up behind the knee. Right hand takes the right knee. Draw into our figure four. All right, let's hold the figure four and press that heel up toward the ceiling. So my left leg is long, pressing that heel up towards the ceiling. I'm going to take my right hand and do what I usually tell you guys never to do and thread that needle. Link the fingertips around the back of the thigh. So I've got my right knee over the left, or my right ankle is over my left knee. My left leg is fully extended toward the ceiling, and I'm interlacing my fingertips behind my thigh. Point that toe. Oh yeah. Get a big circle going with that foot. All right, let's release that down and let that go. Oh. Left ankle across the top of the right knee. Right hand slides behind the right knee. Left hand takes the left knee. Hug those legs toward the body, figure four. That's why, so we don't thread the needle here, and that's why I don't call this thread the needle, I call it figure four. I don't make this shit up. All right, so I'm gonna extend the right leg, press the right heel up into the ceiling. Now I do want you to thread the needle. Left hand goes through that circle, just interlace the fingers right behind the quad, or right behind the hamstring. Oh. And push that heel up. Point that toe. Give me some big circles with that ankle. Release that heel, let that thread go. Let's take the feet to the mat. We're going to take our big toes out to the edge of the mat. We're going to work on some, telling you, I don't know if I'm wearing these shorts and they're just like bunching up. I know that's not a very, let's take our windshield wiper sweeps. Wardrobe malfunctions. And sweep it. Feeling that way up high in my glute med today. All right, let's switch. And switch. Do I edit out the wrinkles? Do I leave them in? I mean, you know, we're a high quality production here at the fucking yoga company. All right, bring those knees up. Take the hands on the outside edge of those knees. Let the knees open. We're going to draw the knees toward the shoulders, keeping this wide angle. And slowly release. Let's do it again. Rock on up. And release. One more time. And bring those knees in. Give them a squeeze. Here's where you're going to take a scan of your body. Where would you like a little extra stretch? Maybe you'd like to adjust your body temperature, turn off a fan, add a layer, grab a blanket, get yourself comfortable. We're gonna give ourselves a little extra room, give ourselves a little extra relief. And then we're going to work our way into final relaxation or Shavasana. Traditionally, it's fully reclined, arms at your sides, palms up, legs extended. I'm going to take seated meditation today only because I am just having some serious breathing issues. post-COVID with the smoke, and laying down it's very difficult for me to breathe. It's a lot of effort. So sleeping is really fun, or not sleeping, as the case may be. And let's just start working our way into that final relaxation. You know it's bad when your husband says, honey, are you not sleeping well? And I say, yeah, how'd you guess? And he says, you could get little circles under the eyes. Yeah, the romance is gone. All right. Let's start working our way into that position that's going to serve you for final relaxation. Soft, easy inhale, soft, silent exhale. Taking a moment to settle that into your position for Shavasana. We're going to draw our attention and awareness into the state and quality of our forehead. And let's notice those tiny little muscles, all those little nerve endings. And we're going to feel them smooth out, letting the temples sink toward the floor. Excuse me. Let's unclench the teeth, soften the face. Let the cheeks go soft. Let's let the tongue drop away from the roof of the mouth. Feel soft down through the sides of the neck. Let that energy out of those strap muscles across the tops of the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades sink a little heavier into the mat. Relax through biceps and triceps. Soften the elbows. Feel the forearms go release their energy. That was a better sentence. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, and now let's let the upper body sink heavily toward the floor. Let's feel heavy through the base of the neck and down between the shoulder blades and the ribs along the length of the spine. Feeling the glutes release their energy, maybe a little rock side to side with the hips. Let's release the energy out of the quads. Big group of muscles. We worked them a little bit today. Let's let the hamstrings go. Feel soft in the space behind the knees. Little rock side to side with the calves. Roll the ankles, wiggle the toes. And now let the lower body get relaxed. It could feel heavy against the mat. Pulling that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your thinking, let's slide those things that are scratching at our attention off to the side. We're going to create a nice, clear, open field of thought for the practice. And then let's move that silence into the attention of our breath. Soft, easy inhale, soft, silent exhale.
Wherever you are in the length and balance of that breath, let's exhale all the air out of the lungs and take a few deep inhales, deep exhales. So draw a big, heavy breath in and then sigh it out. Let's do that a few more times. And wiggle in the fingers and roll in the wrists, wiggle the toes, roll the ankles. We're gonna lengthen those arms out to the side, big reach. Ooh, and then sweep those arms up over the head and take your big getting out of bed, squeezing, re-energizing. Stretch. Relaxing those arms down to the hips. Let's take a knee into a hand and give it a squeeze. Let's bring the other knee up and give it a squeeze. Taking the rock side to side, rolling from one hip across the lower lumbar to the other. Until you're ready to rock completely over to one side, resting your head on your arm. Just take a breath or two right there. And then we're going to work our way back up into comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Let's take a little rock side to side. Ooh, excuse me, roll those shoulders back. I'm going to cut my fingertips over the knees and I'm going to drag myself away from one side, big lean. And releasing all the way through the switch, taking it to the other, lean. Stacking shoulders over ribs, ribs over hips, letting the body go. Let's take a scan, checking in. State and quality of the physical form on this end of practice. Pulling our attention into the state and quality of our thinking, let's check in. We can start letting our to-do list reform, but let's let a little bit of elbow room in between those things that we need to take care of. And finally, let's just notice that intuitive rhythm of breath, that soft, easy inhale, soft, silent exhale. It's really what carries us through our day. And unless it's compromised by smoke or allergy or COVID, we don't really respect it. And now we're going to release practice. Blinking our eyes open. I'm going to take this nice slow stretch up towards the ceiling.
You do not have to join me if it's not going to fuel your jam today. Oh yeah, letting all that go. That felt good today. Taking a moment to honor your body for doing what you asked to do today and all the hard work it does to get you from one end of the week to the other. Guys, we are facing times that we, at least my generation, has never faced before. I just heard on one of my podcasts say that we were just laying back and having it cushy. We were. If you're like me and you're taking the pandemic seriously and you're really socially isolating and limiting your trips out and wearing your masks and limiting your social interactions, guys, it mentally and emotionally, it is draining and causes anxiety and being alone. And I get that y'all want to get out and get together and see people, but I really appreciate you doing yoga with me online. I know it's not ideal, but we're keeping you safe, keeping me safe. At the same time, we're trying to keep our groove going. Be kind with yourself, be patient, and have grace and kindness for others, because this is where the fires, the pandemic, politics, I mean, it's just crazy, right? It's just a lot to deal with. So give yourself that moment. If you're feeling like it's a lot to deal with, it's perfectly okay. It is. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Julia. If you have any questions, you can email me at yoga@jclynn.com. You can hit the website, the THEFFING yogablog.com. That's got this calendar. It's got my blog posts. It's got links to my music, links to the store. You can order a fucking yoga t-shirt. All of those things are available there. On the calendar, there's some purchase links. If you're a sustaining member or a loyalty member, there's a discount on foam roller workshop, which you should have received in the emails. I'm going to have another newsletter coming out, keep you apprised of what I'm doing. Guys, be well, take it easy, give yourself a little bit of grace. I hope that the day and the weekend treat you as good or better than the way yoga treated you today. That's all I've got. I gotta have more painting to do. Thank you so much. And that's all I've got. That's all I've got. Enjoy. Have a good day.